this automation creates images of my face, while this automation scrapes the internet for the best content ideas. Today, I'm showing you 7 of my favorite AI automations, and I'm gonna share the newest, best AI automation that I've ever created at the end of this video. So let's get into automation number 1, AI headshots. With this automation, all I need to do is write a message in Slack like picking potatoes, eating pizza on top of a mountain and extremely luxurious clothes, and out pops images of me picking potatoes, me as a baby eating pizza, me on top of a mountain, and me in a very stylish suit. Let me show you how fast it works. If I write sitting in a luxurious lobby here and I go back to my automation, you can see that it's already running. And I can run multiple of them at the same time. So if I say as Spider-Man, you can see that we got a second scenario running. So you can generate multiple at the same time. And when it's finished, you see that we get sent the images directly in Slack. To me, this has been immensely helpful because I hate taking photos of myself. But if you're wondering how does it work and how can you set up something like this yourself, how it works is that we set up a new trigger event in Slack. We send that to a OpenAI assistant that creates a better prompt that we send to Flux through an HTTP request. What we're actually using is this Luca Taco Flux Dev LoRa that I have trained on my face. It's fairly simple to do. Just check out this tutorial on the screen. Once we make that request, we send a message back in Slack that says generating picking potatoes, please wait 45 seconds. And this is because of debugging. When we get that message, it will sleep for a bit because the images are being generated, and then we're gonna grab that using the HTTP module again, and then we create a message back in Slack with basically only the links. And since Slack is opening those images and showing it to us, it makes it a very convenient way to get access to these images. It's important to note that all of the Slack triggers and messages could be exchanged with WhatsApp, Telegram, any messaging app of your choice, even Gmail. Now on to automation number 2, customer support. So this automation triggers when you get a new email, preferably a customer support ticket that you want help with answering faster, so that by the end you get an actual draft response based on your FAQ knowledge base. This is really awesome because usually you get questions again and again and again, and AI has become really good at answering them. If you want to set this one up yourself, you would start with the email module where you watch emails. Here I have the subject for our customer support emails being support. It triggers every time we get that subject. Next, we use Zero Code Kit to get the mood of a text with NLP AI. This is so over time we can see if it's negative or positive to get some sentiment analysis. Next, we rephrase too long to read. This is because sometimes customer support emails can be really wordy and it's hard to actually find out what they're wanting an answer to. And with this, you can instantly get it summarized with the key points that you should keep in mind. So now, after we have rephrased the too long to read customer support ticket, we get content from a document. So this is the FAQ knowledge base that you have created with your own questions and your own answers that you're repetitively answering. Now, all we need to do is to send that completion into ChatGPT. And I've kept mine very simple in the prompt here. You could get a lot more detailed by, for example, adding an example output email. The prompt we're going to use is use this FAQ, and then it's going to copy paste the entire text content of our doc to answer this support ticket that we got from the email in the first module. Lastly, we update our Google Sheets to give us this draft response for the email. As you can see, a huge time saver where AI does 80% of the work, and all you need to do is to check if everything is correct and make some tiny tweaks.
Automation number 3, scrape content ideas. For this automation, I can put any search keyword here, and when I click on this button, it will go and scrape TikTok for 20 videos, where I get the likes, the description, create time, user, and then if I click on the transcribe button, I get the entire transcript of that TikTok. I also get 7 different hooks from the original hook that they used all the way to fact, negative, and personal emotional hooks. And then at the end, I get a bullet point outline of what they did in this video, so we can see if there's any hidden gem content ideas that we can take inspiration from. Also, if the video is in a different language, we also have this translate button. And if you're wondering how fast it is, I'm gonna click the button now, and in not even 5 seconds, we get the entire translated video from, it seems, French, but you might be thinking, oh, this looks very complicated. But in fact, using this system right here is very simple, and I'll show you exactly how you can set this up yourself. Now, let me just run it right now, and I'll put the automation agency in the first field here. I'm going to click on this button, and what happens is that we're running this TikTok scraper on Appify. If you want to scrape Instagram, Amazon.com, Facebook, pretty much any social media, you can use Appify with their scrapers to get content directly into Airtable. As you can see, we got 20 automatically uploaded to the content system directly here in Airtable with the likes, links to the videos if you want to watch it. This one got 10,000 likes.
This is my strategy.
So you can even view it if you want to do that.
So
this one as well got 7,000 views. So you can see how quickly we get content ideas. So say we like this video, I'll go next to the workflow here of the transcribe video button. What that's gonna do is it's gonna open in Make, and we're gonna run this automation here. It looks pretty similar, except it's just one video, and we run that through Appify again to get the downloaded file, and then we send that to a audio transcription with ZeroCodeKit. Then we transcribe formatting, hook, outline, and send it all back to Airtable again. And as you can see, it's automatically updated. We get this beautifully formatted transcript. We get 7 hooks to get a lot more ideas on how to make it better, and the bullets as well. And by the way, this is not to copy and paste. This is to find the hidden golden gems that is very hard to find sometimes by manually scrolling yourself for hours. Lastly, if this was a Spanish video, for example, like this video here, we have a translate button as well, and I show you how fast it is. This runs a really simple translate a text, and then it updates it. By the way, if you want to download this entire Airtable and download and import all of the blueprints that I have created easily, go and check out our private school community in the description down below. But let's get to the next automation.
Automation number 4, AI voice note transcript. This automation takes a voice note that you can do on your phone. It transcribes that audio file, and then it sends it to wherever you want to send that transcript. For me, they end up here. I get the full transcript, and I get a summary at the end as well, because it's nicer to read if you talk for 7 minutes to get it all summarized. Obviously, you can take this transcript and use AI to either make key takeaways or upload a meeting to find the action items, even talk about an idea you have and get it to turn into a full YouTube script or bullet points. You can do it all by just customizing this automation. So let me show you how it works. The first thing we do is to watch a file in Google Drive. This is because it's so easy to upload from other places. I can just click share on my phone, get it in that Google Drive folder, and then the entire automation starts. It's gonna download that file, send it to the transcribe audio file in ZeroCodeKit. Here it's important to note that 25 megabytes is the max length. That's enough for most use cases, up to 1 hour. If you have a file that's longer than that, you can compress it and it will also work. Next, we send that transcript to Notion. We use the rephrase too long to read text, and we then append that page, so we get that summary. Again, what you do after the transcription is completely up to you and your imagination. Automation number 5, LinkedIn profile outreach message. So if you're using LinkedIn to do any sort of outreach, you might know that doing a personalized message is so much better than a stock message that is like, hey, John, and then you copy paste the rest. So that's why in this automation, we read their profile and then we send a personalized message based on what they've done. It's so much better to say, hey John, I saw that you were doing X, Y, and Z. I'm actually very interested in that myself. I have a question for you. Just like that, your conversions are going to be a lot higher. So to set up this automation, all you would do is to set up records in Airtable. For this draft one, we have 2 LinkedIn profiles, and we have a second table here that gives all the information, followers, headline, and so forth. We then send that data over to Appify, again, like I talked about, scraping the profile data. We then have the get dataset items to just get all the data. We send all of that into ChatGPT to craft your first draft message. It then updates the record in Airtable with the draft message. There's actually so much more that I want to do with this automation. So if you want to follow the journey, make sure that you subscribe.
Automation number 6, AI product images. This automation is incredible for anyone creating product images that has a background already. We need to remove it, put a watermark on top of it, and possibly create an advertisement like this. How this works is that we can take any image from pretty much any website, like say Fjellraven right here. You take this image here, you can right click on it, copy the image address, put it right in here. I'll put the watermark on top as well. This could be the name of your agency. Then we can write a prompt here like Norwegian mountains to be the background image. And then all I need to do is to click this button, and then our ecom ads generator is going to run in the background. You can do many of these all at once, and what it's going to do is it's going to make a remove background request. So since it has a white background, we need to remove that. It will resize the image, generate a image for the background, and then by the end of it, we're overlaying the images on top of each other to get this image back in our Airtable again. I just love how fast we can create these. And even if the image has a person in it, we could do the exact same thing, copy the image address. I'll make a couple new rows, paste it in here, write a bunch of prompts like German, spam all these buttons with a control click. You can see them all running in the background and automatically get updated with all these really cool images. By the end of it, you could make a really cool back and forwards ad on Instagram and so many other use cases.
But now I want to show you my last and final automation number 7, YouTube auto uploader. So like I said in the intro, this is my favorite automation that I've built so far. And what's happening here is that all I need to do is to film a video, and then it uploads. It actually creates a thumbnail for me, and it creates a title for me directly on YouTube Studio. So this saves me hours of production time. So this video is a little bit too long to explain all of this in detail. But the problem that I had was I'm creating this second channel called AI and the Automation, where I'm only going to talk about automations. And my problem is that creating thumbnails, especially custom ones like this, requires my thumbnail editor. So I was wondering how I could create custom thumbnails completely automated with text in the top, different logos, even changing my shirt. And what I found was this platform called Renderform, where essentially I can customize these objects, saying, for example, LinkedIn automation in the top instead, and I can change out these icons to be YouTube, X, TikTok, Google Sheets, and many more to come. And I also thought it was a little bit boring that I had the same shirt on in every thumbnail. So I went a little bit crazy in Photoshop, just generating the craziest outfits that I could find. But even though I had created this template, I had no idea how to automate it. So what ended up happening was that I made this Airtable where I have the URL of all the different logos. So I can change it here. If I have in one video, I want to have Pinterest and I want to have a Facebook logo in there. And the last one I can actually put blank. I can put the text that I want to put in the thumbnail. And if I click on this button here, the entire automation runs. So it takes the file that I uploaded to my Google Drive and uploads that to YouTube. It takes all the things from Airtable, sends it to my render form template, uploads that to Google Drive. Then we get a list of my best titles in a Google Docs that gets sent to ChatGPT saying, make another title based on these best performing YouTube titles. And we end up setting the video thumbnail and update a video details with a new title and a description ready to get posted kind of automatically. I do still get in there and schedule them out based on the best performing times, but this is by far my favorite AI automation system that I've created. And if you're looking to set up systems like this for your business,
I highly recommend checking out Zero Code Kit in the link in the description down below. Hopefully this gave you a bunch of AI automation ideas. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.